Right, so we just finished watching Backlash not too long ago today. Alright, so we just finished watching Backlash this week, and. Alright, so we just finished watching Backlash, and Backlash was. It was pretty good. Especially something after WrestleMania. I liked it. It was fun to watch. It was really entertaining. Some obviously I didn't really care too much about, but I think majority of the matches I really did enjoy. I thought they were pretty dang good. But let's go over some of the matches. But if this is your first time here, my name is Oh My Wings, and I do content for actually very different things. So I do Gunpla, I do memes on Instagram, we go to Disneyland, travel. Well, actually, not much traveling as I should be, but and of course, wrestling content is my new thing. So, uh, you know, bear with me if I miss anything or if I'm not knowledgeable in some things. Bear with me here. But let's get to it. All right, so we have the matches for the Backlash results. Now, I want to say the Fatal 4-Way was amazing. It was really, really good. I honestly didn't. I mean, I kind of knew who was going to win. I already knew that Jacob Fatu was going to win, so that was like not surprising. But the way they ended it was not what I expected. But I knew Solo was going to be involved. The rivalry between Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest was really good. I just love how back and forth they keep going at each other, and if you remember, there was a scene where what's it called? Damian Priest did the selfie camera, and I thought it was hilarious. So as you can see here, that's what he did. It was hilarious enough, similar to what Drew did. When he pulled out his cell phone. Great match. In the end, there was a new person that came in, and I'm not too familiar with it, but Jeff Cobb. I'm not too familiar, but it looks like it's going to be another maybe enforcer for Solo, or maybe replacing Solo. I don't know. The difference between this one, it seemed like Jacob Fatu seemed to go on the face route, and he doesn't really need help from Solo or anything like that. But it was interesting how he was really confused of winning because Jeff Cobb came out of nowhere and helped out. On the ringside and beat up LA Knight. Now LA Knight and Jacob Fatu, like there was one part of the match where basically it was just one by one, start from Jacob Fatu doing a flip, and then LA Knight getting him, and then and then Jamie and Priest hitting him with the South of Heaven, and then after that it was Drew McIntyre hit him with the Claymore. It all happened in like 5 seconds. It was insane. It was back and forth and like all one time. It was actually really cool. Like it really pumped me up. Like oh shit, this is amazing. So that happened. That was really, really good. A really fun match. Of course, like I said, Jacob Fatu won with the help of Jeff Cobb. Again, I'm not too familiar with him, but from what I looked up, looks like he's from the Japan Federation of Wrestling. I could be wrong. Let me know. Looks like he's from Hawaii as well. I mean, I think he's like maybe like Hawaiian Japanese. I didn't really look too much into it, so correct me if I'm wrong. All right, and on to the next one was Lyra versus Becky Lynch. Uh, well, again, like I said, I only recently came back recently with wrestling, so I'm not too familiar with their history here. But it seems like Becky's like the mentor for Lyra, and I honestly the match was actually pretty good. To be fair, it was there were a lot of good shots. I actually thought Becky was gonna win at times, but Lyra really kept her own. And I guess we saw Lyra's fiance, which is super random, kind of like some little like dweeb, but who knows. Better to have some like a fiance that's like buffer than you. Sure, why not? Go for it, right? If that's what you're into, right? And then so overall the match it was pretty good. I honestly I was expecting the Bailey to come back and something like that, but it looks like Lyra retained. I thought Becky was gonna take it. And of course, I love when they do this thing where, like, in the women's division right now, it's that, like, as soon as they pin them, like, real quick, like, they just beat the crap out of, like, right after the match ends. It's really funny. And then as soon as he pinned her, I'm like, Lyra, run her before freaking Becky gets you. And then, just beat the crap out of her. So, didn't help too much. But it was funny. It was really, really funny. And then, of course, after the match, Becky always breaks her arm. And it's really funny because you see these refs like, oh, stop doing that. But, like, they don't even touch Becky. And, like, they just let it happen. It's really funny. But anyway, that was a decent match. It was a decent match. It was really funny. All right, and Intercontinental Champion Dominic Mysterio versus Penta. Penta has been pushing pretty hard. They've been really, and again, I think what they're doing is great. They're giving a lot of, kind of like publicity and just going forward. But It seems like, but they're not gonna give him the title just yet. I think they're just really just trying to push and get his name out there. He was close. I mean, it looked pretty good. Like at least, it's exactly what I thought it was gonna be. Dom was gonna win for some kind of cheating, right? You thought it was gonna be like, okay, the Judgment Day helping out, but then they were kicked out by the referee. But then of course El Grande Americano pops in, hits him with a headbutt thing, cheats, and that's how Dom wins really. So it's exactly what I thought it was gonna be. I knew there was gonna be some kind of cheating involved, and honestly, I'm not mad at it. I mean, I think Dominic Mysterio is a great Intercontinental. I want to see where the story goes with him because it's pretty funny, and I think more people like him now since he won the title. No, but really good for him though. Dominic's been really, really working hard and showing up every week, and he has. Like, I don't think there's a week that he hasn't shown up yet for WWE. So he's been working his butt off like a lot, and he's been doing a lot. And I think on the Logan Paul podcast, he talks about like he just really just pushes and just keeps going wrestling and stuff like that. And he did a really great move. He did like a suicide dive to a DDT, pretty badass. That was really cool of Dominic to do. Really appreciate that. That was pretty sick. Oh, and Penta jumped over the referee, and that was really cool too. I don't want to play it because I'm probably gonna get DMCA'd for it. And, like fucking, I don't want to get copyrighted by WWE, but it's really cool. I mean, you could probably find it on YouTube or something like that. It's really really dope stuff. Oh yeah, and of course let's see what else happened. What else matches after that? Trying to think what else. Oh, John Cena's match. I don't know why it's not on here. I thought it'd be on here. I feel like I'm missing a match. There was a match right before John Cena's. Let me see if I can find it real quickly on the website since we're here. There we go. Here's some highlights. Oh yeah, Gunther and Pat McAfee. Like I said, it's exactly what I thought it'd be. I mean, I honestly thought Pat McAfee was gonna win, and I think a lot of us were expecting Goldberg to come back to spear him because they had that thing with Goldberg, with Gunther a while back, and I thought Pat McAfee was gonna take it, with the help with Goldberg doing a spear, but with Michael Cole, I guess I'll go with that too. So that was kind of funny with Michael Cole and stuff like that, and even though he hold his leg down, Gunther didn't really do anything because he's still pinned out. Interesting match because in the end Gunther did give him a little a shout out, I guess, or kind of like a, I don't know, kind of like a shaking hand, but not really. Kind of like what we did with Randy Orton. So I think that was actually a real moment. It's like, hey man, that was a really good match overall. But obviously, he has to play his character, so he walked away from it. So that happened. So that was an interesting match. It was kind of fun to watch, but yeah. Well, we all knew Pat was gonna lose that one, some possible way. All right, the last one. John Cena and Randy Orton. It's exactly what I thought it would be. It was going to be, it's going to be, Randy Orton was going to lose. I already knew he was going to lose somehow, or win by disqualification. Kind of went that way a little bit. I don't know if you know the match, but it was pretty crazy. It was a bunch of RKOs, FUs. I know they call it the attitude adjustment, but I call it the FU because that's what it's supposed to be called. So that was fun. That was a fun match to go by. It was interesting. That kind of went pretty smoothly for the most part. It was just back and forth, so it was pretty intense. But in the end, I knew John Cena has to keep the title. It's just how it is, unfortunately. As much as I love Randy Orton winning, but John Cena has to keep it for at least 26 more days, something like that, or events. Sorry. So, and I thought Cody was gonna come out in the end or something like that and be like, "Oh, I'm back," something like that. But they did announce that he was gonna come back on. Was it May 16th for SmackDown? So it was already kind of confirmed for the most part. So in that one, basically, it was really funny because Johnson did hit a ref, and so I kind of got it right. He hit the ref, knocked him out with the belt, and then there wasn't a disqualification. The match kept going. Then Nick, the manager, came out. Everyone came out. I don't know why these guys in suits. What did they actually do? Right? It's really funny. And then obviously Randy Orton was pissed, and then he just went ham, did the RKO to everyone. And the match kept going, technically. He was about to get John Cena, but then R-Truth came in, which was surprising. I didn't think he was going to come in, and then R-Truth was like, "Oh, I'm going to come in and help you," and then, Randy Orton gets, hit in the nuts, just like Cody did in WrestleMania, and then he loses. So, it's expected. I kind of knew it was going to happen this way. That's why I kind of don't like going to these events, because, I feel like I can kind of predict who's going to win or not. And then I just don't go because, first of all, I've never been. And second of all, I don't have the money to. And third, what's the point of going somewhere where you're gonna be disappointed anyways, right? It's kind of like last year's WrestleMania. It's like with Cody. Well, not the last one. The last one. Cody and Seth went against the Bloodline. Let me drink some water real quick. Sorry, Rock and Roman, and that one we knew they were gonna lose, but I didn't want to admit it, and I really wanted to win. And even just watching the TV, I was already mad. Like, oh man, they lost. You know, it was kind of stupid. So I kind of already knew that. But anyways, that's why I kind of don't go to events, just because I kind of know the outcome, and if it is, why would I waste my money being there? But who knows? I heard it's a different experience. Unless WWE starts reaching out to say, hey, you should come by and get free tickets, and sure, fine, I'll do it for the most part. But yeah, anyways, and in the match, John Cena winning. I think in the post show was kind of funny. Like John Cena did like a freaking a feud to R-Truth on the table, which was really funny. The clip is probably already online. You can probably find it real quickly. So I don't know. We'll see what happens on Monday or tomorrow, or no, after Sunday. So after tomorrow. It'll be really interesting where they're gonna go by with everything happening. Overall, I give the event probably like a solid, maybe like 7.5 to be honest. I just felt like it was kind of predictable, but at the same time, it was good. At the same time, that makes sense. So, anyways, it was good. It was really good to watch. 7.5. I think that's pretty solid for the most part. And yeah, well, anyways, let me know in the comments what you think about the matches, and see you guys next video. Peace.